Awesome, guys. We'll get started. So if you have any question at any time, type in the chat box, let me know your questions, and I'll be really happy to answer them. Really happy to do whatever I can to make sure that you guys get the most value out of this. Awesome. So the topic I want to talk about today, I'll give you guys a bit of background. Yesterday we had this mastermind call in my academy. So I have an academy of traders, and we try to do calls every month where we talk about one specific topic to really make sure that people move forward. And yesterday's topic was about goals. But even though we talked about how to set goals for the new year, the one topic that came up over and over again was the topic of trading with a full-time job. Because a lot of people see that they can trade, they see what's possible, but while having a full-time job, it makes it a lot more difficult to know what to do and to know how to trade. So one of my specific goals for the next couple of months is going to be really to focus on how to help people trade with a full-time job. Because I know most people who want to start to trade now don't have the chance or the capabilities to trade kind of full time. Right? It's kind of impossible to start with. And other people I talk to, they're really constrained by their schedule. They have like 2-3 hours to trade maximum per day, and they need to have some structure in place. They need to have something to make sure that everything is going to be easy to trade, right? Because if you get confused and if you are not consistent in your schedule, it's much more difficult to trade. So what I want to do today is I want to start with brainstorming a little bit. I didn't prepare much for that, but I'll share with you guys some of the best tips I have on trading with a full-time job. Because I think personally I've done a lot of bad things when I had to trade with a full-time job. I did a lot of mistakes, and now I think I know a little bit more what it takes. So you guys can tell me after that, but I trade right now only trading. I don't have a job at the same time. I do the podcast and the blog also, but that's kind of another topic. So how do you trade with a full-time job? Well, what you have to figure out first. The first step is going to be really to make a schedule for yourself. Having the schedule to put yourself accountable to. And I could show you guys my schedule. It's really messy. But what you need to get from that is that every single thing you do should be basically in your schedule, should be on your calendar. So if you work from 9 to 5, it has to be on your calendar. If you have a morning routine you do from 6 to 8 or whatever, 5 to 7, it has to be on your calendar. And then it's much easier to organize what time you have available. Because once you block out everything from your schedule, right, your work, your time with family, your dinner, your lunch, your morning routine, exercise, once everything on that is blocked, then the only thing you have left is going to be the time you have available to trade. And then it's up to you to figure out, is this a good time to trade? Maybe it's not. Maybe if you come home from work and it's 5 p.m. and you have from 5 to 7 to trade, we're talking Eastern time here, it's going to be much more difficult to trade because those times are not good to trade. They're just like low volatility and low movement. So I think what I'll do is I'll try to show you guys, and you guys on Facebook are maybe not gonna see it, or maybe you're gonna see it. I want to show you guys my schedule. So I'll just take this right here and I'll move to my schedule. You guys on Facebook, I'll just take that here and I'll try to show you what it looks like. This is right here a big messy schedule, but what you'll see is that everything is blocked. Everything I've been doing. Okay? So this is the week of Christmas. That's why you see 25th and 26th are blocked out. But what you're going to see is that everything here is scheduled, right? Every activity. So I do have some backtesting right here in yellow. I have some article to write. Those are in blue. But those are all the tasks I do. And you'll see that there's my morning routines, right? Every single morning, I have the exact same routine, the exact same thing I'm doing. And for you guys on YouTube, I'll just highlight this right here. See how this morning routine is constant. Always the same thing at the same time. So this is pretty much what I do. And then if I want to trade, I have this special calendar. I'll show you guys. Right now, I'm not doing any day trading because I just don't have time. But what you see is that there's a couple of reminders here written down: trading. Those are just reminders to tell me at those times you have to check the chart. At those times you have to look at the chart. And this is pretty simple then. I'll have my phone vibrating at that time. It's going to tell me, look at your charts, and I'll just go look back. Those are every 4 hours. That makes it really simple to know what to what like how to trade and what to focus on. So that's what I want to show you guys with the schedule part. I'll just go back to the classic video. Let me change this right here for you guys on YouTube. Awesome. So this is the schedule. First part. First thing that you need to put in place is going to be your daily schedule with everything you do. And then you figure out what time you have available to trade. If your schedule is changing, which is possible, like you work in different shift, then it's up to you to figure out what would be the easiest way. Do I want to change my trading schedule all the time? Or would it be possible to just keep the same schedule, but do it only a few days per week? Because you don't have to trade every day, right? And that's a big misconception. People think they have to trade every single day. Well, it's possible for you to trade only 1 or 2 days a week, or even 3 days a week if you can, but not 5 days a week. That's totally possible. So if you guys don't have time to trade every day now, focus on that. Focus on having a schedule where you trade when you can, and then figure out what is when you can, right? Because that's going to vary a lot. So this is my thought on this. And if you guys have any question, feel free to comment below. Let me know about that. I'll just go check the comment quickly on Facebook and YouTube. It's going to take a couple of seconds. And then I want to go with the second step. Second step you need to focus on if you want to know, if you want to trade with a full-time job. So no comment here. I'll just go check on the group pretty quickly. And that's interesting. We are close to 1,300 people in the group. That's going to be really interesting to see in the next couple of weeks, or even the next day. I think we'll probably reach 1,300 then. That's going to be good. Let me see, guys. Awesome. So no comment here, which is a good sign. Let me check on YouTube quickly. What's up? Nice, Stefan. Awesome. Stefan's on YouTube. Great to see you here, for sure. So second tip now. Once you have the schedule, you know what time you should trade. Maybe it's going to change. That's fine. Just figure out if you want to trade every day or change the schedule. Maybe it's ideal to, in the beginning, don't change the schedule. Like trade when you can, but pick the same time every single day, right? To trade. If you cannot trade for 1 or 2 days, totally fine, but stick to the same time. It's going to be much more consistent. Then the next step is going to be to break down things, because what you'll find, and what I used to find also, is that I could be able to trade, I could be able to place trade in the week, but then I was forgetting to review, or I was forgetting to prepare to trade. So I was only focusing on the trading part, which is probably the worst way to do, the worst thing to do. Right? If you focus only on trading, you're missing a whole point, a whole picture here that you need to focus on. So what I recommend you guys to do is to break down every single task. What that means is that every single day, you should have a period to plan, so prepare, a period to trade, and a period to review. It doesn't matter if you didn't take any trade, you still plan, you still look for trade, and you still review every single day. Okay, so that makes it a lot more consistent. And then when you come in with this mindset of doing all those 3 tasks every day, you get to know like what you need to focus on. And you kind of get to be consistent. So it's much more easier to be consistent. And you're sure not to forget a part. Because it's really easy to trade. Like just think about it. Come back from your job, trade a few hours, feel tired, you go to sleep, or you go play with your kids, or you go eat a meal with your wife, whatever. And you didn't review, you didn't write down your trade, you didn't journal, right? So you forget some parts. So the more you break it down, and the big mistake people are gonna make is they're gonna wait for, let's say, the weekend to review, or they're gonna wait for the end of the month to look at their trade at the journal, and they're gonna forget a lot of trades that way. So the more you break it down with prepare, trade, and review every single day, that makes it much easier for you to not forget any part. And it doesn't matter if you didn't take any trade, right? You could still review. Well, I've looked for this setup, for example, and they didn't fit my criteria. So why did they didn't fit the criteria? You review on this. Write on this, journal about this. Well, I saw those trades, but I didn't feel comfortable taking them. Why? Well, because I second guessed myself, or because they didn't fit the plan. So the more you review like this, the more you take advantage of every single opportunity you have, every single thing you see on the market. You can benefit from it, even if it's not a trade. You can still learn from it. So journal about that and review that as well. That's gonna shorten your that's gonna shorten your learning curve as well. So really, really important to break things down. Every single day you have planning, trading, and review. It doesn't matter. It could be 5 minutes of review, 5 minutes of planning, looking at your best trades, and then trading in the meantime. But just make it every single day, so it's much easier. And that's pretty much what I had for you guys. So we'll just recap a little bit here what we talked about. You need to have a schedule with all your activities. If you work from 9 to 5, put this in a schedule. If you do your morning routine from 5 to 7, put this in your schedule. If you want to play with your kids after work from 5 to, 5 to 6, put this in your schedule. But do everything you need to figure out what time you have available. And the more you block out things, the less confused you'll feel about what you are really supposed to do. Because it's easy to want to trade, and then you forget about your family, or you forget about your kids, or you forget about like doing fun stuff, right? For example. So the more you plan, you put everything that's important, and then you figure out, well, what is left for trading? What time do I have for trading now? And that makes it easier for you to focus on the right things, and you don't forget anything that way. So if you guys have any questions, comment below. If not, we'll end it here for today. I couldn't do a Q&A on Friday this week, so I'm doing it on Thursday. And if you guys have any questions, I'll answer them afterward. I'm going to Ottawa today and leaving for a nice place next week. I'll let you guys know for sure. And there's going to be a couple of videos also on the YouTube channel. So if you guys want to know more about all that stuff, it's going to be there. And if you guys want to check out the academy, go for it. It's a new year, and I really want to make sure that you guys have a solid way to learn in next year, solid way to move forward. And this is really what I'm going to focus on. We might have some more courses in the next couple of months, and I'll let you guys know for sure. And guys, on that note, I see there's more people joining, but we'll have to finish it here. And I'll see you guys next week or in the next video or the next podcast. By the way, we have a great podcast on Monday, so you guys should check it out for sure. Ciao.